we are live. Hey guys, welcome back to Covenant Canon's Q&A live session. Hopefully this live session will go much better than the last several months have been. For those of you who are relatively new to the channel, this is Covenant Canon's monthly Q&A session where I answer everyone's questions, mainly from the Discord channel from Covenant Canon. If you don't know where that is, it's in the description box below. You can go and check it out and join the group. Submit your questions in Q&A submission, and each month I will try my best to answer all of them. Just make sure they're appropriate. Nothing inappropriate. And it doesn't always have to be, oh. Okay, hang on a minute. I will change something. I'm getting a little bit of a bitrate problem. Let me just change it down to 4,000. Just gonna make a little bit of a technical stuff going on. I'm just gonna just making a little bit of adjustments here. Oh, hang on. Oh, wait, what the heck is going on? And as per usual, there's always some stupid connection problems. Let me just try and... Actually, let me try something else. See if that might help it out a little bit. And if there's any technical issues, just let me know in the comments or in the live chat, just so I can make adjustments as I go, as I move forward. All right. Right. Okay. Well, I think that's enough of me chattering on. Let's get to it. I will just get Halo Infinite going. Oh, hang on. Don't know why that's like that. There we go. All right. Now, let me just double check things. Okay, stream status good. All right. Like I said, if there's any technical issues, just let me know. All right. So let me just get Infinite back up and give me Discord up. And there was a few questions I did answer in the time that I was available. I was able to before the previous streams shot the bed. Oh, hang on. Oh. So let's just replay Warship Gabraken, because why not? Alright. So moving on to the question from Rising Fire Spreads Its Light. He asked, what would your name be if you were an Ungoy? Prepare to get many more questions from me with the eye expression. Oh, I'm just gonna skip that. Oh, the audio's lagging a bit? Thank you for that. Let me see if that's something on my end. Probably is. Alright, I'm just gonna skip all these cutscenes. Alright.
Now what?
Just pause there, just so I can... Let me just see if I can see what's going on. It might have something to do with the bitrate going on. Let me just double check. Oh. Hang on. Is that receiving a mouth? Okay, let me see if I can change the bitrate again. Seems I changed it up to let me see if I can change it to 350. See if that might work. Help the connection going on better. Let me know if that should get a little bit better, just so. As always, there's always something going on. Swear, I upgrade my my modem to get better connection, but if anything, it's getting worse. Probably should have just stuck with the old one. But let me know if my audio is better, if there's any deterioration going on, which I hope there won't be any. Alright. Let me see. Let me just check OBS. Why is there drop frames right now? I'm just gonna change it back to 250. It seemed fine before. I'm just gonna change that back to there. Actually, let me see if I can change it up to 90. There we go, that might help a bit. Okay. Alright, let me know if that's getting better, if there's any buffering going on, guys. Alright. Now, let's move back to, actually, I'll move my thing over here. Over here. There we go. I'm just going to adjust things on my tabletop like I got. Again, guys, sorry about the constant connection problems. What the hell is going on? I swear, things, ever since... Okay. Things looking greener now, so hopefully things will be going back up to speed in a minute. I swear, every time I try to do these streams, it always shits the bed. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're eating healthy stuff now. Alright. There we go. Alright. Now, back to the question. Alright. So,
then we shut it down.
Back to the question. He asked, what would be your Ungoy name? Oh, that's a very good question.
I'll figure something out.
I think I'm gonna be a little silly here, seeing as Ungoy names are usually very silly. I would go with Yip Yip, as in like Yip Yip Hooray, Hooray, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's the only Ungoy name I really think out of my head right now. Ooh. There we go. Alright, so next question goes to Gigs I. He asked, what is your favorite race in Halo, and why is it the Ungoy? Oh, obviously. Oh, it's obvious, because the Ungoy are just so lovable. They're just there's adorable little knuckleheads. And they're the perfect comic relief. And look at their armor. It's so adorable. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little cuddliness. They're like crab people. Alright, let's meet Mr. Mungo. Yep. I'll say this again, I'm so happy that I got the name of these guys correct as Berserkers, even before they were named. They were officially announced, I mean. Alright, let's take care of you, Mr. Monkey. There we go. Alright, next question from Rising Fire. He asked, what is your favorite ending of any of the Halo games? Oh,
We do not
good question.
That hologram.
We do not need
It's Atriox. He led the
Good,
attack on
good
Infinity.
question.
He was looking for something.
together
He killed everyone.
I know.
I would say Halo 3. I have a lot of problems with Halo 3, but the ending for that game was so good. I had such a great time. Honestly, it ended the game really well. I like the whole ending with the peace with the Arbiter and Lord Hood, and yeah, if I had to pick another one, obviously it would be Halo 3 because you ended off with the Arbiter facing down Tartarus, and though I do admit it did kind of earn its infamy for such a cliffhanger at the end, but yeah.
no more lies.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, what would Nakai do if Vodar Keep was attacked by the Flood? Oh, that's a good question. Very, very good question, actually. If the Flood ever invaded Vodar, honestly, much to Nakai's reluctance, I could very much see him wanting, probably going to the last resort of glassing his lands. He would be very torn by that. But I don't think he would, fighting them would kind of be a futile hope at that point, because fighting the Flood is just, without glassing them, Artas Vadam had to do the same thing with Africa. He glassed half a continent, so I doubt. Honestly, I wouldn't be. I think Nakai would probably go to that same conclusion, glassing half his state. Alright, Rising Fire has another question, and he asked, what do you think about pineapple pizza? It's an utter blasphemy, and it should never be employed. If I could, I would ban it in Vodar. It is an utter sacrilege. And that, I stand by that. Sorry, Rising Fire. Pineapple pizza is just an abomination, and I'll not tolerate it. It's like the Covenant with what were they? What's that Covenant sect called that believed that humans were the inheritors of the Forerunners? They were mentioned in Divine Wind. If you know, let me know in live chat, because I can't for the life of me remember.
Dropships, an invasion force.
But yeah.
How do we stand a chance?
Okay, Rising Fire asked yet another question. What Halo book do you think had wasted potential? Ooh, that's a really good question. Wasted potential. You know, that's a very good question. I'm not sure I have a clear-cut answer about that one. As much as I love the book, I would have to go with Halo Outcast. Now, like I said, I love that book so much for how much Troy Denning pays homage to the Swords of St. Helios, the Banished, and Olympia Vale and Velvedam's relationship. But, honestly, with the way it ended off with the group just giving the Tricolor to Atriox and the Banished, just like that, without any major repercussions, that did kind of felt underwhelming in my opinion. But I get why it was used. I mean, I don't know, it just, all the stakes that the mission had, for them to just give it up to the Banished did kind of seem a bit, really, we're going on that front. If I had to choose another book like that had something of a similar waste of potential, I would say Oblivion. After all the impact of Silent Storm, Oblivion did seem a bit underwhelming in some parts. But, like I said, that is not to say that those books were not heavily entertaining. It's just, in my opinion, they did kind of fall short in some regards. Yeah. That, like I said, that's a very difficult question you got there, Rising. So that really wasn't, like I said, it's not a jab at the books themselves. Like I said, I really enjoy them for what they are. It's just, in some respects, I do think like in some ways, they do fall short in certain areas. Alright, I'm just gonna clear out some of these brutes. And this little Ungoy. Alright. Moving on to another question from Rising Fire. How many questions to... Okay, hold on. Oh, there's a bit of a typo there, Rising Fire. I was so confused. But his question is, how many questions do you consider sufficient in order to make a live stream? Just curious. I would say at least a full, like, page, I would say, or whatever counts as a page in, on PC. I mean, I would say at least 20 questions, and then I can easily move on to, like, any questions that are in YouTube live chat. Just so so we can make it more of the, at least an hour-long stream. I generally don't like doing, like, streams that are, like, they're, like, only 30 minutes, 20 minutes. That just kind of seems like a waste of time, in my opinion. I'd rather, like, them building up over time, if that makes sense. Okay, hang on. Before I move forward, there's a bit of a... Hold on. There is something going on here. What is going on? Oh, they're all low. Why are they all low? Hang on. Jeez. Now I know why everything is... Okay, now that's much better. Graphics earlier was, like, a little low, in my opinion. Oh, wait. What? It's so low. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. I know you guys are probably really sick and tired of me, at this point. I don't blame you guys for hating this so much, technical difficulties. I'm sharing your hatred for all this. Alright. Okay. There we go. Oh. Ooh, there's a bunch of... Ooh. Hang on. Alright. Just gonna turn that off. Oh man, what is going on here? Hang on. Alright, that'll have to do. That'll have to do for the time being. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to the rest.
The hour approaches.
Hi, Ashram. Bye,
No
Ashram.
problem.
We need to get out of here.
I'm working on it.
I'm just gonna
Work
fill up.
faster.
Alright, moving on to another question from Rising Fire.
Let them get me.
If you were to create an antagonist for your character Nakai, like say Aatrox for the Arbiter or Didac for Master Chief, a nemesis of some sort, what qualities would you give him/her? Ooh, that is also a very good question. I actually had a while now. I kind of had an idea for an antagonist for Aatrox. Why did I say Aatrox? For my character. If I were to give an antagonist to Nakai, honestly, I would give it to another character that has been long dormant for a while now. Stromidus. In short, he's a war chief. He's a banished warlord who's pretty much kind of
Lockdown requires a hack.
same thing, kind of like this. Honestly, when it comes to a character like Nakai, he's all about tactics and morals and honor and all that. If I were to make an antagonist for Nakai, like we're saying Stromidus, I would give him pretty much similar leadership abilities as Nakai, but opposite the morals. Like, whereas Nakai is all about honor and integrity, Stromidus is a savage and ruthless warlord. Where, honestly, if I were to compare him to anyone, I would probably have him be like the Megatron to my Optimus Prime, if that makes sense. Like for example, where Nakai would treat his subordinates with respect and
Did it work?
and heeding their counsel. Stromidus would pretty much answer with death and killing.
The little things.
He's, if I were to compare him, actually, I have a good comparison. If anyone has seen Vikings, there's this character called Ivar the Boneless. He's a ruthless Viking warlord who's all about tactics and all that, but he's also savage to his enemies. And if I were to compare Stromidus to those qualities, I would compare Stromidus to Ivar the Boneless, honestly, without any hesitation. But yeah, as a foil to Nakai, I would probably give him Ivar's similar characteristics.
Okay. Fire up
Oh.
those engines, Chief.
Hang on.
Maybe we'll survive.
I'll be right back, guys, with the questions. I just gotta take care of these. Okay, there. Alright, let's answer some more questions, shall we? Alright, I'm just going... Before I destroy Warship Kabrakin, I'm just gonna do a little pause. I can scroll on down and answer some more questions. Right. Minister of Congression asks, do you think a Banished Spartan or some kind of Venezian super soldier allied with Banished could be a boss for the next Halo game? It could be. It would be rather neat if we encounter like a Janissary, which is pretty much what Minister pretty much compared it to, Venezian super soldier, or rather Ilsa Zane boss fight. That would be rather cool. Honestly, I think that would be rather interesting. How they would play around with
Do you know him?
with
No.
usual boss mechanics, especially with Infinite.
You need to hurry and get back here. I don't know how long.
Honestly, I would honestly love to encounter Ilsa Zane in a Halo game. Kind of like what we had with Daniel Cross in AC in Assassin's Creed 3, but you know, an actual boss fight, not just a random chase where you assassinate a guy. just take care of these little grunts so I can answer some more questions. Oh, is there another? Where is he? Oh, there you are. Cheeky little bugger. Alright. Hold on. I'll be with you guys. I'm just going to deal with these. There we go. Monkey's dead. Okay. Alright. Rising Fire. He asked, what do you think would happen to the Banished faction as a whole if Atrax was truly dead? Ooh. Now that's a good question. I would say the Banished would probably still continue existing, but honestly, it would be heavily fractured. It would be... I could see it still existing, but in a way kind of like... Oh, there seemed to be some lag. Oh, sorry. Oops, hang on. Okay, connection status seems to say good. Excellent. I think it might be something to do with the buy rates. I had been adjusting them, Rising Fire. Sorry about that, dude. Yeah, guys, let me know if there's, like I said in the beginning, let me know if there's any connection lagging or any jittering going on my part.
Victory is already ours.
Hi, Asheram.
So,
I miss you, buddy.
run, Spider. We will meet on the battlefield.
You damn right, motherfucker. Oh, sorry for the language. Can't help myself. Okay, yeah, as I thought. It's the buy rate sometimes. They can be a little funky. Oh, hang on. Alright. Rising Fire asks, do we know the differences between a male Jirohanai and a female Jirohanai? Good question, and honestly, we don't. We don't know any differences between a male or a female brute. I would imagine they would share a little bit more slimmer feminine qualities, but above that, I think would be pretty much the same as same comparison as like a male ape to a female ape. Not really much.
Even the Banished seem great. We are running out of time.
Alright.
Batteries.
Charging.
Alright, I will be with you 1 minute. I just gotta navigate. Oh! That was dumb on my part. I'm very sorry about that. Okay. Minister of Congression asked, if there was any Halo character you would retcon back to life, who would you pick? Oh, very good question there, Congression. Now, I know I'm probably gonna piss off a lot of Johnson fans. I'm gonna say Zaitan Jarwatiri and actually give him an actual worthy death, not just an act of a plundering of a grunt and a pair of engineers. It still irritates me that he got killed off in such an unremarkable way for a guy who's pretty much the Alexander the Great of the Sangheili. And I maintain that stance, and I would. And the fact that he. I actually thought about that this morning, and it just kind of. It really pisses me off the way he got killed off for such a cool dude like that. No! Not again. Haha! I will not get killed off like that again, thank you very much. There we go, I almost got killed again. But yeah, I would say Zaitan Jarwatiri. I want him back in the Halo War. Oh, okay. I'm gonna run like a little bitch. I'm gonna run like this little ungoing right here. Oh. Oh, rip to that guy. Okay. Alright. Moving on to another question from Rising Fire. What is the Sangheili character you hate the most? Oh. Good question. That's a very good question. And the answer to that, I would say probably Silas Krillon from Broken Circle. That guy is the absolute
It's not
worst.
safe.
Pull back.
For the Saint Healy known to be honorable and integrity, known for their honor and their integrity, Krolon is pretty much the opposite. He extorts and blackmails and tries to scheme to gain power, and when he fails, he goes crawling back to the Covenant. He's pretty much the Benedict Arnold of the Saint Healy. Or rather, of the Usans, but you get my meaning. Alright, I'm just gonna take care of some of these Banished dudes before I answer some more questions. Yeah, there we go. Where are you? Alright. Alright, where was I? Ah, Jedi Spartan. He asked, since you said bow for the Blood Moon and the Third Life was your second...
It's gonna find itself.
Let me restart that. Since you said bow for the Blood Moon and the Third Life were your two favorite Halo Waypoint Chronicles, how would you rate the others from worst to best? Or best from worst? Ooh, good question. I'm not sure I can answer that, really. It's been a while since I've read the others.
More reinforcements. This weapon of yours must be worth it.
Actually, I think we're gonna rank it from chronological order. From most recent to what I remember.
How is that possible?
I don't have all of them in my mind right now.
Get in there. Find this weapon.
To Anvil Accord, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't like so full of high stakes scenarios that really impact it, but I like how it was grounded down. It pretty much showed the life of Anvil Station. The Third Life, I would give a 9 out of 10 because I love Banished Central arcs.
Broken. Very broken.
Yeah, I can't really answer all that, actually. It's been a hot minute since I've seen that. Actually, let me pause and let me put up in... Let me look it up, actually. Okay, here we go. Okay, so from the beginning, we have Vertical Umbrage, which is pretty much the story of Fireteam Shadow going against the Panem's Canonical from Spartan Ops. I would give that a 7 out of 10. Good start. The next one is Winter Contingent, which is pretty much about Noble Team and the original Noble 6 before we stepped in the picture. I would give that also a 7 out of 10. Nothing crazy. Sunrise of St. Helios. Now that is a good one. That pretty much takes place after the events of Halo 5, where Chief and the Arbiter have a little chat. And I would give that a 9 out of 10. Especially considering the fact that I was at the Halo World Championship back last year. And it was just an amazing time. I love seeing Steve Downs, Keith David, and Jen Taylor there. It was just... loved it. Next one, Saturn Devouring His Son. That was a good one. I would give that an 8 out of 10. I love the Return of the Flood, the way it was handled. It was really good. That captain, though, was just... oh, he had such an Imperial officer vibe, it's not even funny. Battle for the Blood Moon, 10 out of 10. It was an awesome chronicle. I loved everything about it. Especially considering the fact that it was centered around the Sword of St. Helios, rather than the Spartans there. Trial by Reckoning, that's the next one. I would give that a 7 out of 10. Pretty decent. Nothing really too impactful. It was just pretty much introducing King of the Hill and Firefight. Nothing too crazy on that. But it was still entertaining. Oh god, I can't pronounce this one. Hippocratica? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. I would give that 6 out of 10. It was a nice change of pace from military to civilian life, but it didn't really have much direction going for it. I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Fireside? I would give that a 7 out of 10. Pretty decent showing of pretty much everyday life on Spirit of Fire after the events of Halo Wars 2. And The Third Life, like I said, I would give that a 10 out of 10 because I love the Banished. And Anvil Accord, I would give a... Actually, did I give it an 8 out of 10? I would give it a 9 out of 10, actually. Like I said, I love the day-to-day life for the UNSC and the Swords of St. Helios on Anvil Station. Plus, I loved the fact that a St. Healy is in charge of Anvil Station rather than another human or Spartan character. But yeah. Sorry about how dragged on that was, but like I said, I had no memory of the Chronicles until very recent stuff. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna go on and clear on this area before answering more of y'all's questions. I'm very glad that I finally fixed this whole situation with the connection problems now. And for those of you who don't know, those who tried to watch the streams, but the connection was just unwatchable, sorry about that. Like I said in the beginning, I upgraded my modem a few months back, thinking of getting... That was terrible on my part, and I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I recently upgraded my modem, hoping to get a better connection, which evidently did the opposite effect, in which everything got so delayed and everything was just buffering and buy rates were just going down, as well as frame rates and stuff like that. It was just a trial, so I did some more research and decided to get an Ethernet cable, and I got that last night, and from all indications, everything seems to be going much better now. And from all indications from YouTube and OBS, things seem to be stable in terms of connection. Obviously, like I said in the beginning, there was some hiccups going to connections, and I think that was mostly my fault, considering the fact that I had the buy rates. I was experimenting a little bit with the buy rates and all that, and like I said, I'm very, very sorry about that. I'm at this point, I'm at a wit's end with all these technical difficulties and stuff like that. But such is the nature of YouTubing. Alright, now, let me move on to another question from, big surprise, Rising Fire. Do you like the Michael Bay Transform movies? Oh, that's a question there. Do I like the Michael Bay movies? I originally did. The first one and the third one I thought were good. The second one was obviously crap, as was the later editions, the fourth and fifth ones. At that point, I was just getting really tired of sexualization and the unrealistic explosions. And let me just say this: I'm very glad for Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast. They have better quality over whatever the hell Bay was doing. Yeah. I think that should satisfy your questions there, Rising Fire. Fucking hell. Do I like the Michael Bay Transform movies? Goddamn. Oh jeez. Oh, I did not even notice these guys. Back off. Oh, I thought that was a push point. And as you guys can see, if you guys haven't already noticed, I'm playing on easy mode because I'm an absolute scrub and I cannot play decent games to save my life. So yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna clear out all these guys before I answer more questions. Ugh. Freaking St. Healy Enforcer. Oh, you know what? Alright, I'm gonna grab this. Oh, just die already. Alright, there we go. Jesus Christ. Alright. Moving on. Oh, let me just pause that so I can scroll on down to more questions from Minister of Congression. And he asked, besides something set during the Blood Years, is there a Covenant-focused game, book, / something else you would like to see? Ooh, good question. I would like to see a game, book, or something else set in the war beginnings, because that conflict spanned decades, and we know next to nothing about the conflict, aside from what was already established in, aside from what's already been told in the Encyclopedia and Broken Circle. There hasn't really been much told about that conflict, and I think if we had like a Kilo 5 style book, or not Kilo 5, a Forerunner trilogy style book set around the war beginnings, I honestly think that would be a really, really good way of expanding the conflict, in my opinion. Oh, we're getting some buyer rage warnings here. I'm just gonna stop that there. Alright. But yeah, I would say, if we're doing a game or book, I would definitely love to see one set during the war beginnings. And here's another question from Minister. What would Nakai think of Spartans like Ilsa being part of the Banished?
That voice.
He would consider them traitors, most definitely. He's all about honor and integrity, and for someone like Ilsa, a member of the Spartan clan, as the Singular would call it, joining the Banished, he would consider her a traitor, a dishonorable traitor. Kind of like some of the Infinity's crew would react of that one human that was helping the Banished during the events of Rubicon Protocol.
There is one subject where I find myself hoping does live.
Hey, Aethrin? Sorry, I cannot pronounce that. That's like some other text there. I have no idea what that's seen there, so I'm just gonna say Aethrin? I hope I don't butcher your name there, my friend. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Moving on to another question from Rising Fire. If you could give Thelvadam an ending for his story, what ending would you give him? Ooh. If I were to end Thelvadam's story in Halo at all, I would say either he succeeds in unifying most, if not all, of the Sangheili against like threats like, say, the Banished or some other larger scale threat like the Zalanin or Endless, as they're called here, or sacrificing his life in such a manner that actually succeeds in unifying the Sangheili, like he's a martyr that finally pushes them to unite.
Even worse than I imagined.
And having someone like Artas Vadum taking his place as the new leader of the Swords. If not as Arbiter, then as some sort of High Warlord or High Kaidon or something. rifle right there. Ooh, there we go. Okay, moving on to Minister of Congression.
That's the source.
Oh, hang on.
The bridge is out.
Yes, it is. Maybe there's a way to
grab a
power it
seed.
back up nearby.
With another AI.
Yes, we get Cortana. You have all these whispers laying about since you killed yourself. Alright, I'm just gonna skip this. There we go. Alright. So, Minister Congression asks, what would you like to see new enemies slash bosses? Oh, ooh, so sorry about that.
Did I miss
Would you
something?
like to see
There's a
new
file
enemies
that's
slash
been unlocked,
bosses
but I
being
don't have
added
access.
into Firefight?
We need a route
Yeah.
out of here.
Let's see. There's a breach close
Hmm.
by. It should lead us to the surface.
Yeah, I would very much like to see that. I'm very curious on who those enemies would be. If they're not being the HVTs that we counter in the campaign. I don't know. Maybe some upgrade Banished character? Like, oh, no. I would like to see Banished goblins being employed in firefights. That would be interesting bosses to fight, really.
Give me a second, and I'll get this bridge activated.
And, or maybe Locust, or maybe even Scarabs, like we had with Halo 3.
We've got company, Chief.
Unlikely as that
Up
is,
ahead.
but, a man can train. Alright, let's go take care of these guys. Ha 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 ha! You killed yourself, freaking loser. Oh. Hang on. Oh, wow, that was pathetic. Oh, ran out. Hang on. Hang on. Come back here.
Look out, incoming!
You aim like a dumb meanie. Stupid little grunt. You're a cheater. No, I'm not a cheater. That's lies and blasphemy, and I'll not stand for it. Alright. Distracting the console there. Yes. I don't want to hear you. Alright. Rising Fire spreads its light. He asks, have you ever seen Transformers, the movie from 1986? Of course I have. Of course I have. I love that movie. My favorite part is when Unicron turns Megatron into Galvatron. Love that film. That is the quintessential Transform movie. And I will stand by that stance. Oh, die already! There we go. Yeah! Oh. Alright. Ah, there you go. No, I won't, because I'm gonna kill you. Alright. Where's that other guy? Oh! Oh! Hang on! Oh! Stupid kick yard! Screw you! Where are you running to? Where are you running to, huh? Yeah, get it! Freaking loser. Okay. Moving on to other questions. Oh, jeez. Why does it do this? Hang on. Let me see if I can. And of course, freaking Discord loves to hide the names. F. I'm so sorry if you're name is blocked out here. I'm so sorry. Is it okay to be a fan of both Halo, Bungie, and 343 without any negativity? Of course it is. If you like both games, if you like both Halo games from separate developers, you are more than welcome to have that opinion. It's not generally shared by most people, but it's completely okay, in my opinion. Don't worry about what anyone else says. Alright.
No,
Ah, freaking
What's
sniper!
this gravity lift
Stop
should
it.
be powered up.
Ow.
We need to find a way to bring it back online.
Suck it!
This
Alright.
object, it's part of the ring's life force. It's called a power seed.
Yeah, and I'm really tired of those
All
things.
space, all time.
Alright, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, what do you think is a fate worse than death for a Saint Healy? I think I've answered this question before in the past. For a Saint Healy to die, a fate worse than death would be to lose his honor, I would say. In Halo Oblivion, Nizak Kevarosi and his forces were stripped of their armor and left to be marooned on Netherop, which I would say would probably a fate worse than death would be dying without your armor intact. You would die without your honor,
Let's see what I can find out about her.
without your armor, and all that stuff.
Accessing. This is
I would say,
recon
yeah,
specialist.
if you would die
Vitals have been offline for
armorless
nearly a
and
month.
weaponless.
Cause of death was an
I think
energy grade,
I would say that would be a
stronger.
fate worse than death for a
A
Sangheili.
single strike.
That or being
She never
brandished
saw
with the
it.
mark of shame, as the Vadam had been. Alright. Let me just pause here so I can scroll on down to other questions from here we go. From Supreme Commander Kam Va Alamahi. I'm probably butchering that name, and I am totally sorry for that. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. Okay, he asked, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well. A little tired, but okay.
We're here. That elevator should take us to the surface.
Have you had water today? I do not have water at the moment, but I do have Gatorade. When did the Covenant learn about the dangers of AI? Did they have any before this? I think the Covenant might have learned the dangers about AI, either during the exodus of the Sanshayun reformists before the Covenant was founded, or probably in the early days when they were exploring the Dreadnought. And learning about the Logic Plague. And the Covenant did have AIs, but dumb AIs by comparison to UNSC AIs. They did have some AIs, but not often. The Truth of Reconciliation had an AI. And I think High Charity might had an AI. Though I might be confusing that with Mendicant Bias from the Dreadnought. I might be, so don't quote me on that. Just gonna charge up there. Where are you? I'm gonna throw this. There we go. Where's that other one? Oh! Oh, you cheeky little... Trying to sneak behind me. There we go. Oh. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I can't. That was stupid of me trying to do that. Alright, moving on to another question from Cam. He asked, Has any member of the Covenant, not the Banished, dwelled in heresy before dabbling in AI creation? I don't think so. like I said, I think there have, like I said, the Covenant did delve a bit in AI creations, but they were considered dumb by UNSC standards. They weren't frequent as UNSC AIs were, but they were present in some areas. Like I said, with certain ships like Truth and Reconciliation, or that one Corvette AI from back during the old Outpost Discovery Covenant Escape section. I played that. That was a really fun section as a Covenant fan. Oh, there you go.
We need to call down an elevator.
Yes.
Look for a control terminal.
Yes, but I didn't have power, so I'm just gonna go look for a power source. Okay, Cortana 2.0. Okay. Okay, now. All right. Moving on to another question. What happened to Seeker of Truths? Yeah. What happened to Seeker of Truth, Thelvadam's flagship? We don't know. We don't know what happened to that ship, along with the remainder of the fleet, in particular Justice. If I were to make a guess, it was probably absorbed into High Charity's home fleet. And I would say Seeker of Truth was probably one of them. That's just my guess, at least. His next question is, when Truth and Reconciliation was destroyed, why didn't when Truth... Well, God, I can't speak right now. When Truth and Reconciliation was destroyed, why didn't the explosion of said vessel? I can't speak today. I'm so sorry. Let me try this one more time. When Truth and Reconciliation was destroyed, why didn't the explosion of said vessel destroy Halo? I think it's because the fusion drives of the ship wasn't set to max like Pillar of Autumn's was, and it was just destroyed like a normal ship. It wasn't the subspace drives wasn't overloaded like the Autumn's did. Oh shit! All right, Tremonius, let's take care of this bitch. Yeah, I'm fighting you. There we go. Oh, that was terrible on my part. Damn me, damn you, freaking oversized monkey. Oh yeah, well, you were about to say it wasn't gonna hurt you, but it did. Yeah, get it. Get the Spartan nuts, you little bitch.
To them, he was some sort of leader. They called him Tremonius.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
That's almost funny.
Yeah, because I'm an hilarious bitch. Okay. Alright. Supreme Commander has another question, and he asks, are there more facilities like an Onyx where children from different species are able to mingle and interact in school settings? I don't think so. I think the PAX Academy was the only outpost on Onyx that had such programs. That was kind of more of a... Paxapolis was a bit of an experiment for the UNSC and the Swords of St. Helios, respectively. Okay. Moving on to another question from Supreme Commander.
This one's open. What do you think was in it?
Has there been any power armor in the Covenant made for their troops? Would the Goblin count as one?
It won't be.
I would say so, because they were originally used as loaders, I believe they were, in the Covenant, in the OG Covenant. There was also the prelate armors, and those I would say could be the power armor equivalent of Spartans, or in the Covenant, I mean. And I don't know. I don't think there's any other armor set that has the Spartan equivalent for them. I don't know. I think either the prelate armor and the goblins would count in similar capacities as Spartan armors would be. All right. Moving on to another question. If we will get a CE remake, what sort of things are you hoping it'll have? Maybe something similar to what we had in Halo 2, where we play as Chief and Arbiter, but instead as Chief and Zuka. Interesting. If there ever was going to be another Halo remake, I would like to have it expanded upon with stuff that we found in Halo the Flood. And, yeah, it would be interesting to play as both Chief and Zuka's enemy. But yeah, if there was ever a CE remake, that's the only thing I would add. Nothing else. And honestly, I don't think there should be a remake, in my opinion. There's no point to it. Alright, let's move on. Alright, what's your opinions on Ilsa Zane? I like Ilsa. She's something of a brute equivalent. She's pretty much a Spartan with the heart of a brute, which is one of the reasons why I think her joining the Banished makes the most sense, in my opinion. Despite what other people might say.
Terminal over there.
And I'm very interested to see where her story goes from up to this point. So, and her whole mindset does fit well with the Banished, and
This place.
I could see her being like the leader of the Banished Janissaries and stuff like that will help the Banished out in the future. And like I said in the beginning, I would like to see her as like some sort of Banished boss character or something like that, or a secondary antagonist. It'd be very interesting to see that. It would be a great way to expand the lore of the Banished beyond simple ex-Covenant dudes wanting to kill humans, which is not at all what the Banished wants. They want power, they want mass, they want to be the top dogs in the galaxy. Oh jeez! I forget they do that sometimes. Alright. Oh, there we go. There you go. I'm just gonna clear out these Banished dudes in the space here. You smell like fear. Alright, moving on to another question from Speed Commander, and he asked, are there any more Spartans in the Banished right now? Imagine if Noble 6 was with them. At the moment, no. Ilsa Zane is the only Spartan to join the Banished at this point. But like I said, the Venetian Janissaries could very well be some Spartan knockoff affiliated with the Banished right now. Though that's kind of unconfirmed at the moment, so we'll have to see where that story arc leads us at the moment. Alright, let's clear out these dudes. Alright. Moving on to another question. Do we know what Doral Ndama is up to? At this point, we know that Doral, after the events of Legacy of Onyx, we do know that Dural is looking for a ancient Forerunner ship on one of Onyx's moons after the events of Legacy of Onyx. He still has the Servants of the Abiding Truth with him. He's still their leader, but beyond that, we really have no idea what he's up to at the moment. Obviously, he's probably still going to plan some attack on Paxipolis in the future, as he still hates humanity and the Sword of St. Helios after what happened to his mother. And especially knowing the fact that his brother Asa is still affiliated with them. Oh, and we know he's wearing a knockoff variation of his father's armor. The Zealot armor that we saw in Halo 4 and 5. Albeit painted with the lighter bluish color, according to what the encyclopedia has, which I still freaking hate. Alright. Let me just clear out these dudes here. Ooh, big explosion there! Oh, jeez. Alright. How did I know to shut off that plasma? Alright. There we go. Cleared out those guys. Alright. Before we call over the bitch boy,
The last of them.
Echo 216.
Safe.
Is anything?
Alright.
Don't answer that. If you can find me somewhere to hack in, I think I can guarantee this base will be safe for your friend to land.
Alright. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's a follow-up question to the Jerome Dama question. Does he still want to reunite with his younger brother, Asum? I don't think so at this point. After the events of Legacy of Onyx, I think it's very clear that those two are on different sides and they have different ideologies, and at this point, I think Dural just wants to kill his brother for siding with the same enemies that he believes was responsible for his mother's death. So, yeah, I don't think there's any. If he wants any reunion with his brother, it's going to be to kill him.
2 minutes ago, a banished forward operating base. I say was because now.
Alright, moving on to another question. In St. Heli culture, do fathers know who their child is?
There are more
No.
forward operating
In St.
bases
Heli
that have
culture,
fallen into
as
banished
told
hands.
in Legacy of Onyx,
They have
fathers typically don't
Each
know
one is
the
associated with a
identities
territory.
of their
Here's the
offspring.
location of the
Though in
UNSC
some
team I've been tracking.
colonies
And
that
here,
tradition
2 more
is
thoughts.
laxed. So, yeah.
Mark it.
Traditionally, St. Heli, males do not know their kids. So, yeah. Alright, another question from Supreme Commander. It is, does Vodar State have any rites of passage or traditions? Ooh, good question. At the moment, no, but I would like to add something like that, like you have to go into the wilds or into the mountains to have your first successful hunt or something like that in the wilderness. Kind of like how Spartans did with younger kids in the Agoge. And for those of you who don't know what the Agoge is, it was pretty much at a very young age, Spartan kids would be separated from their parents to be trained as soldiers, and they would be sent out into the wilds to survive on their own. And if they come back, they would become Spartans. And if those who don't, they die. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Vodar has something similar to that. Probably not exactly the same as the Agoge, but Who knows? I might make something later. Alright, I'm just gonna pause here so I can scroll down to answer some more questions. Ha ha ha! We got some more questions already. Alright. Alright. Ha ha ha. Nice. Okay. Rising Fire, he has another question. Do you have any expectations for season 3 of the Halo TV show? Yeah, and he put a disclaimer. This was made before the announcement of its cancellation. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the TV show has been canceled after its second season, which was an improvement in some parts, but still had a lot of writing problems. If I have any expectation for season 3, if any other showrunner takes over the reins, I would say probably falling. If there was to be any sort of hate, if any other any program would like take over the reins of Halo TV show, I would just want them to focus more on like the core elements of what makes Halo Halo.
Now to business. Let's
And
lock down
for those who haven't seen the show, the TV show, the second season ended with Chief and Cortana on Halo pursuing McKee
I was right.
and encountering Viserys Targaryen. Oh, I mean, 343 Guilty Spark.
Push it out of the way because it is really not smart. And there. We now have ourselves
But
a second
yeah,
file.
like I said, if any other program was to take over the reins, I would want them to.
Rebuild the UNSC.
I want them to play the original
That's his
Halo
fault.
Combat
I'm just trying to
Evolved
be helpful.
and actually base the third season on that, rather than just split it off into their own Game of Thrones style show, which just didn't work. It just didn't work. And I would like them to focus on the Covenant a lot more, and not with a freaking blessed one. Please, let's have only Sangheili, brutes, jackals, grunts, and all that stuff. No more human Covenant guys. It was interesting in season 1, but then it just got.
And intel like that Spartan core we found.
It got redundant. Let's just
Remember the
move
Marines
on.
we ran into? The
Please.
Banished had been
Please.
tracking them for weeks. Our people are being hunted all over the ring. They need your help, Chief.
Okay, moving on to another question from Connor Lawson. He asked, what would be a good game genre for Halo to get into? And let me try that again. What would be a good game for? Oh my god. Oh, it's a Sunday and I can't even speak right now. I'm so sorry. What would be a good game genre for Halo to get into? Like an XCOM-like game or a Helldivers-like game? Virgil North also says a Mass Effect style RPG for post-war. That would be interesting.
Are you ready, Chief?
What do you think
I already told you that the odds
That's
are
a good question.
for them?
Then let's go find
I
out what
would
that
say-
plan is.
Take care of this one, Chief. Not exactly thrilled.
Oh! I'm gonna do you guys one better. Aside from XCOM or Mass Effect, I would love it if they make a game like Alien Isolation. Like, think of it. You're playing as like a UNSC civilian just as the Covenant War begins, and the game begins with you spending your civilian life just doing your regular thing. Then power outages happen, and then all of a sudden the Covenant shows up, and you're just surviving through the streets of your city, trying to avoid the Covenant as they're like mowing down civilians and UNSC soldiers. And think of it, you could end the game with being rescued by a Spartan or the UNSC. Just something like that. It's not perfect, but honestly, I would love to see something that's going that's going bold, like he's doing something it has never done before. Like I said, I think if they ever do something like Alien Isolation, I think it could generally work. I honestly think it could be very interesting to play around with. Alright, moving on to another question from Connor Lawson. He asked, would it be fun? What would be a fun idea for an enemy? A grunt that brute strap a rocket to and launch at people, or a brute with an iron helmet with horns on them and charge at a Spartan, trying to impale them? Those are interesting. The latter seems more like a berserker, but with a pointy hat. I mean, beyond that, a grunt with a rocket launcher seems very interesting.
We should climb that fob.
I mean, I don't know if, I don't know if, a grunt with that's literally being shot with a rocket, it seems like the most plausible and very useful idea. But, hell, I mean, we see brutes throwing grunts with plasma grenades at you, so it's not the most unheard of thing that ever happened. Oh, hang on, let me just get out of this thing. Clear out some of these guys. I see you there, you little enforcer. There.
I think that's all of them. Get me to that terminal and Fob Foxtrot is ours.
Alright, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. What level from any Halo game do you consider to be underrated?
Banished tower.
Ooh.
The closer we get to it, the stronger.
Another good question. You're really on it with these questions.
And with that, all registered fobs in range are back under UNSC control.
That's a very good question.
I just can't imagine how hard it must have been for the UNSC on this ring.
I don't know. I think
they have a chance now, Chief.
I think of all the missions in Halo that are the most underrated, I would say the Sword of St. Helios missions from Halo 5 are underrated, but they definitely deserve some more recognition than they already have already. So I maintain my stance on that, and I am not going to back down on that.
Got something. Hoorah!
What else? I think Truth and Reconciliation is underrated. I think people don't give that game that section the credits due. What other section? What else?
Roll out.
Oh, I can't remember. I can't think of anything at the moment. Sorry about that, Rising. You're giving me really good questions I have to think really hard about. And it's, like I said, it's a Sunday, and my brain power is not the best at the moment, so I duly apologize if that's not satisfactory for you, man. But yeah, thank you for the questions. You and Supreme Commander are just barraging me with all these questions, and yeah, I appreciate it. Alright, I'm just gonna pause here, because we have another person. And Discord loves to hide the actual names. I'm so sorry for that. For H something with a, well, looks like a lizard with white hair. H ... I'm so sorry. Discord is not letting me see your full name for some reason. He says, hello there. I got a question about Nakai. Does he? Okay. I got a question about Nakai. what he thinks about Julum Dama's Covenant and other Covenant remnants. Is he think that all of them are branches of fanatics and all of them need to be killed? Or deep in his heart think that they are right in successing their goals? Nakai is a fervent sort of St. Helios guy at the moment, so I would say the latter would be the more likely.
Ready when you are, sir.
Oh, Hiragingu? Thank you, Rising Fire. I'm probably butchering that name as well, and if you see this, I'm so sorry about that, my friend. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. But yeah, I think killing them would be the more likely outcome for Nakai. To me, I would say Nakai probably sees them as the remnants of the Covenant that pretty much dishonored the Sangheli, and for any other faction to try to cling to their legacy, he would probably see them as a traitor to St. Helios and would probably want them executed forthwith.
The matter? Scared of a bunch of humans? Confirmed kill.
Let us free our Yonasi brothers. Oi! Piss off.
Either I'm dreaming.
Alright.
A lot of people, but it still means a lot.
Get down! Here it comes! So what's with the whole thing?
Whoa. Oh man. I can't fit anything. Oh my god, I'm driving so bad right now.
Get after them.
There's a reason I stick with lore videos and not actual gameplay. Alright, moving on to another question. Can Sangheli use Jirohanai weapons? As a matter of fact, they can. As seen in Infinite, we see Sangheli in the Banished using some brute weapons like the shock rifle. I believe we've seen them use the maulers, I think it was. I think, don't quote me on that. Skewers, I think I've seen a few of them using that. And others, I can't remember the top of my head though. But yeah, Sangheli definitely can use Jirohanai weapons if needed. They preferably prefer to stick to their own native weapons, but they're not so unscrupulous as to shun them altogether. Alright. Alright, moving on to another question from Hiragingu? Hiragingu? Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that. Sorry if that's not right. How do humans and Sangheli live together in post-war? Very precariously. It varies from place to place. For example, on Cairo, it's very tense, and there was even a point where they went to war, which Halo Envoy could, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Which Halo Envoy and Halo Fractures briefly dealt with. On places like Paxopolis on Onyx, it's also a little precarious, but less violent. There's still a lot of prejudice and xenophobia in certain elements in schools and work environments. But recently, as told in Anvil Accord, it's more peaceful and it's more respectful, with humans and Sangheli actually joking about and actually learning to cooperate with one another. house. And as shown in, I think we do know that the Swords St. Helios do have places on Infinity, and I think one of them was even in placed in a arena in the House of Reckoning, as told in one of the Waypoint Chronicles. Oh, hey, Jack Lock.
Tower. I think not. My facility is locked down. There is
I love this part. This is honestly one of the coolest sections where we have a Banished character actually being fleshed out like this. Even if it was, albeit briefly, in this section. I actually really like Jack Lock. I really hope we see more of him in subsequent Halo books or any comics or anything like that that might pop up. It'd be very interesting to see.
Security building. I've marked it on the map.
But yeah, I think that's the only, those are the only, human St. Heli relations that I know of at the moment. Hang on. I'll be right back to your questions, here we go in a minute. I will just... There we go. Alright, moving on to another question from our favorite guy here. Alright, can St. Heli know their blood brothers, or is there some prohibition as to knowing your blood parents? Like I said earlier, St. Heli fathers can't know their children, but I think the opposite can be said for, I think it can be an opposite situation for siblings. Though there have been instances where the identity of their actual blood brothers is kind of blurred sometimes, as I think in either Broken Circle or Envoy,
and Banished sounding.
that there is some confusion on whether or not cousins could be brothers or brothers as cousins, because, like I said, St. Heli knowing their actual lineages is kind of a taboo in their culture, though that's not always the case on certain St. Heli colonies. So yeah. Oh, and a final question from him. What does Nakai think of the other species? I'm assuming he's referring to other species in the Covenant. In regard to Ungoi, he has like something of a pitiful respect for them. Like he thinks that they're wrongly treated, and he wants to treat them more with respect and honor, kind of like what Nakai Vodar has done in other Halo media.
Find a way to activate the gravity lift.
As to Kigyar, he kind of has he's kind of wary of them. Like, he tolerates them, but he doesn't outright trust them. Huragok, he generally has a fascination for. He has a couple of them in Vodar at the moment, which which will be delved with a bit in a War-Torn chapter, which, for those of you who haven't seen the teaser trailer yesterday, it is in production as we speak. Yes, after 4+ years, War-Torn Chapter 2 is finally getting made at the moment. I can't say when it will come out. Hopefully hopefully before the year is done, but I can't guarantee that at the moment. But yeah, it is finally being worked on.
Get up there without activating the gravity
But
lift.
back to the question. For brutes, Nakai doesn't trust them at all. Though he doesn't hold a prejudice against them, he still kind of blames them for the Great Schism, but he views them more as blunt instruments. And as to the Sanshayum, he hates outright. He does not like the Sanshayum at all. If he sees one, he will immediately go for his sword. Let's just put it like that. And as for humans, he has a respect for them. Even if it's somewhat grudgingly, he still views them as honorable warriors, and I think he can respect their will to survive and fight. But yeah. I'll get to the next question in a minute. Rising Fire, I just gotta clear out some of these banished dudes. Oh, jeez! Die! There we go.
Area secure for the moment.
Alright. Now. Okay, Rising Fire, he asked, are you planning to explore more about Nakai's past during the Human Covenant War in War-Torn Chapter 2? Yes, I am, actually. Actually, I'm actually kind of focusing on his involvement in the Battle of Kolo. Which that's all I'll talk about at the moment, because I kind of want to involve Nakai in the ruthless manner that kind of leads him to be something at a bit of a regretful phase that he's trying to. Chapter 2 is kind of like investigating his, trying to find a way of restoring his honor and kind of exploring his more spiritual side, while also diving into the demons of his past, if that makes sense. But yeah.
This armor belongs
Alright,
to
I
a
think that's
Spartan
done
named
for
Hudson
all the
Griffin.
Discord questions.
Sensor logs
Thanks
suggest he
again.
was alive when the armor was removed.
Thanks again, guys.
Forcibly.
Before I end
a
the
long
stream,
shot, but he
let me
might
see if I
still be
can
alive.
find other questions in the live chat. That way I can find any questions that I might linger. The only ones I can find at the moment is, oh, hang on. One that's been retracted. Okay, there's one question that has been retracted. Another person called Reginald Smith, he asked, how are you doing today? And, I'm doing, pretty good right now, Reginald. If you're still here, I doubt you are. I hope but yeah. Yeah, I'm doing pretty okay right now. Like I said, I'm a little tired, but not crazy. Not too bad. Not too bad at the moment. Let me just scroll on up, see if there's any more. Oh, okay. Dark Lord Matarek, he asked, if you were a leader of a Covenant Remnant faction, how would you run it? I would probably try to instill the same kind of discipline and obedience that the Covenant had, while also clinging to the old traditions rather than adopting a new style like Drew Dama's Covenant had it, like adopting like the Didact faith or the Librarian faith. If I was a Covenant Remnant leader, I would probably stick to the old school Great Journey ideology. Though also, I would also try to adopt something of the followers of the Joyous Journey, which Rising Fire was kind enough to remind me of in one of his questions. So thank you for that, my friend. Oh, and Reginald also asked, do you like the Banished Spartan armors 343 has made? For the most part, yeah, I do like them. I do actually I like a lot of them, actually. I have one of them as my Spartan at the moment. As my main Spartan unit at the moment. I also like the Chieftain-inspired Spartan armor. Though that's not my preferred armor set at the moment. Alright. I will... Unless there's no other questions, let me just scroll on down. Yeah, the humans of from the Joyous Journey. Yep, you're right there, researcher. That's it. You are right. That was what they were. Alright, so right now, we're just about... there we go. Just about to face Jacob. Or not Jacob, Chaklock.
Oh, no,
And I
sorry,
think
Griffin.
that's
Still
a
alive.
good place to end it off. Thanks again, guys, for joining up. And we had a first successful live stream. Woo! Sure, there were some technical difficulties in the beginning, but for the most part, this was finally a successful stream. I am very, 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 very happy about this. Oh, what do you think about mecha? Mecha? What are you referring to? Are you talking about mecha like goblins or some of the suits that we saw in the Halo lore? If that's the case, I like them all for their various respects. Not really sure what mecha is at the moment, but yeah, thanks. Like, once again, thanks guys for joining up. If you guys like what you see here, please subscribe and hit the like button. I very much appreciate that. And like I said, if you guys want your questions answered for next month's live stream, be sure to head on over to Covenant Canon's Discord. If you guys don't know where that is, like I said in the beginning, it's in the description box below. You just need to join up and submit your questions in Q&A submission, and that is in the bottom corner of community section. And yeah, aside from that, you can just talk about Halo, the lore, and other stuff. There's stuff beyond just Halo, like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Fallout, Destiny, that sort of stuff. And you can also share your art you made or any memes that you might like, just all that kind of stuff. But yeah, thanks again guys for joining, and I'll see you guys next month. But until then, may the light of Urs guide your path. Victory to Clan and Kin, Covenant fans. Nakai, out.